welcome back to course Artificial Intelligence. Our today's topic of video is generate and test and simple hill climbing algorithm. So in the previous video we discussed about the difference between uninformed search and informed search. Now in today's video we are going to discuss about two more techniques involved in informed search technique. So we understand in case of uninformed search technique, two algorithms are there. One is a DFS and BFS, which does not make use of any kind of domain specific knowledge, but in case of informed search technique it will make use of a domain specific knowledge. So in today's video we are going to discuss about two algorithm, or you can say two informed search technique. One is a generate and test and second one is a simple hill climbing. Now first of all we just discuss about generate and test algorithm, or you can say generate and test technique. Before this we just have a quick overview of what are the different informed search technique that we are going to discuss over here. Informed search technique is also called as a heuristic search because the reason is simple: it will make use of heuristic function. And what is the use of heuristic function? Heuristic function help us to give information that how far you are away from reaching to the goal state. Suppose you are in the middle of the way and you want to know that how far you are away from the goal state, so that information is being conveyed by the heuristic function. That's why informed search technique is also called as a heuristic search, because it make use of heuristic function. So it involves informed search technique involves various informed search techniques such as generate and test, hill climbing. In case of hill climbing we are going to discuss two technique. One is a simple hill climbing and second one is a steepest ascent hill climbing. Then next in is a best first search. Don't get confused, in uninformed search we talk about breadth first search, but in case of informed search technique another technique is there, that is best first search, which involves OR graph and A star algorithm. Similarly, next one category is a problem reduction, where we have AND OR graph and AO star algorithm, and finally we are going to discuss about constraint satisfaction. So these are the various informed search techniques that we are going to discuss, but in today's video we are focusing on two techniques. One is a generate and test and second one is a simple hill climbing. So first we discuss about generate and test. As its name suggests, generate and test, that means the concept is simple. In this case you are present in the problem space. In the previous unit we discussed about water jug problem, where we have seen the concept of problem space, okay, search space. So problem space is an area where your goal state is present, and you are supposed to find that goal state. Okay, so generate and test, what is the name? Generate and test. So in that case what you are generating means something is going to generate and something is to be tested. So in that case what thing you are going to generate? So you are generating the state, you are generating a new state, and you are testing it whether it's a goal state or not, because you are present in the problem space. Problem space is an area where somewhere solution exists, or you can say goal state exists, and also it consists of initial state and the goal state. So maybe you are present at the initial state and you need to reach up to the goal state, and goal state is present within that problem state itself. But it is not a case that directly you will jump from initial state to the goal state, but you need to move from initial state to intermediate state, and then from intermediate state to the goal state. Likewise, so what you are generating the intermediate state, and you are just checking that whether you reach to the goal state or not. So now let's see generate and test algorithm. Where is first step is generate a possible solution. Okay, step 1 is generate a possible solution. So what exactly you are doing over here? For some problem it means generating a particular point in the problem space. I just explained what is a problem space. Problem space is an area where your solution exists somewhere, but you are not reach up to that solution. Initially you are present at the initial state, and generating a path from start state to the goal state means you need to generate a path. You need to reach from initial state to goal state. So in step 1 we are generating one possible solution, or in short we can say that we are just generating a intermediate state. Okay, then in step number 2 we are just checking, we are just testing whatever the intermediate state that we have created, we are testing it, test to see if this actually a solution. How you come to know that? Just by comparing the chosen point or end point of chosen part to set of acceptable goal state. So in short, I will say, I will tell you what we are exactly doing in step number 2. In step number 2 we are just checking whatever the intermediate state that we have generated, whether it's a goal state or not. How you come to know that? Because you know already about the goal state, so you just make a comparison that whether this is a goal state or not. If you find that your intermediate state is not a goal state, so you will jump to the next step. So step number 3 is what? If a solution has been found, then you have to quit. If you reach to the goal state, then you have to quit, otherwise again you jump back to the step number 1. And what is your step number 1? Your step number 1 is generate a possible solution. In first step, what you are doing, you are generating intermediate state, then you are just testing whether it's a goal state or not, and if it is a goal state, then you will stop, otherwise you again continue, that is generate and test. So basically this algorithm consists of two important steps. One is a generate and second one is a test. So it is a simple concept. Generate means what? You are just moving from initial state to the intermediate state, and then you are checking whether that intermediate state is a goal state or not. This is what a testing. Now let's take a simple example. So in order to understand this, we take a simple example, throwing a die to get a particular score 6. Just imagine a situation that you are playing a game of Ludo. Okay, in case of Ludo, your first of all your aim is to getting 6 on the top of the die. That is what your aim. So for that purpose, what you are doing, you are just throwing the die and you are checking whether you are getting 6 or not. It is not necessary that first time you are just thrown a die and you are getting the 6. Maybe it is possible you may get a 6, but generally it is not happening. You are throwing the die and just you are checking on the top of that die whether you are getting 6 or not, because your goal state is what? You want 6 on the top of the die. But maybe the case that initially you are thrown the die and you are getting 2. That means what you have done, you are generated, you are thrown a die means you have generated a solution, and testing means what? You are just checking whether on the top of the die you are getting 6 or not. So this is an example which try to correlate the concept of generate and test. In case of generate, you are generating a new solution, and in case of testing, you are checking whether you got a whether you reach to the goal state or not. So this is what a generate and test algorithm. Now the next one is hill climbing. So why do we require hill climbing, and how hill climbing algorithm is different from the generate and test? So what we observe in case of generate and test, in case of generate and test, we are just generating a solution and we are getting the and just we are testing whether we got goal state or not. But in case of a hill climbing algorithm, we'll make use of a feedback procedure. Okay, here feedback form from the test procedure is used to help the generator to decide which direction to move in the search space. That means if we compare hill climbing approach with the generate and test approach, in case of generate and test approach, there is no concept of a feedback. Simply you are generating the solution and you are checking whether you are getting goal state or not. But in case of hill climbing, there is a procedure, means feedbacks. You will get some kind of guidance in which direction you should move. Just take an example that you are moving from your home to railway station and you don't know the exact path. So in that case, in the intermediate state, you may get a solution from you may get a guidance from particular person that this route is wrong. If you are going from this route, it takes lot of time, so just go through this second path, just like that. So this kind of feedback is applicable. You are getting this kind of feedback in case of a hill climbing algorithm. So in case of hill climbing algorithm, we'll make use of a feedback procedure. Okay, so in pure generate and test procedure, test function is respond only yes or no, but there is no feedback, there is no direction is given. It is used when good heuristic function is available for evaluating state. So in case of hill climbing, there is a concept of heuristic function. And what is the use of heuristic function? Heuristic function will tell you how close given state is to goal state. Means if you are present at a intermediate state, and from this intermediate state how far you are away from reaching to the goal state, that is known to you. Okay, so this is what a hill climbing. Now just we'll have some more idea about simple hill climbing, because in case of a hill climbing category there are two algorithms or two techniques are there. One is a simple hill climbing and second one is a steepest ascent hill climbing. Now in today's video we are going to discuss about simple hill climbing such technique or algorithm. So what we say about simple hill climbing algorithm, it is the simplest way to implement hill climbing algorithm. In this case we are evaluating the neighbor node and selecting the first one which optimize the cost. Obviously our aim is to reduce the cost. If you take an example of traveling salesman problem, obviously you need to reduce the total overall cost, okay, reaching to the goal state. So in this case of simple hill climbing, you are just evaluating your neighbor node and you are checking that what is the cost of it. Suppose its cost is less, then you will check you will change the current state to next state. Its logic is simple. Just try to remember the strategy that you adopted while finding the maximum number. Suppose you are given a set of array and you have been asked to find the maximum number. So what is your approach? You consider your first element of the array as a largest element, then you just compare with next element. Suppose it is greater than your current, then you will assign next as a largest element. Same thing will be there. You are present at the current state, you need to evaluate the neighboring node. Suppose that your neighboring node is optimized one, then you have to change it to current, otherwise you just move to the next one. It only check its one successor state, and it finds if it finds better, then set it as a current state. This is what a logic that we are going to use in simple hill climbing algorithm. So in case of simple hill climbing algorithm, we can say that it has two features. It takes less time, okay, it is less time consumed, and second thing is that it is less optimal. It is not that much optimal search technique or algorithm, and in this case solution is not guaranteed. It is not guaranteed that finally will get a solution. Now let's discuss the exact algorithm for simple hill climbing. So what is step 1? Evaluate the initial state, and if it is a goal state, then return success and stop it. Just like that, you have thrown a die and you are getting 6 at the first itself. So this is step 1, which is occurring which is happening very rarely. So step 1 is you need to evaluate that whether your initial state and goal state is same or not. Sometimes it may happen that your initial state and goal state is same. So for that purpose, this step 1 is there, where you are going to evaluate whether your initial state and final state is same or not. If it is same, then you have to return a success and you have to stop it. If it is not, you need to move to step 2. What is step 2? A loop until solution is found or there are no new operator left to apply. So in this case we require an operator. What is the importance of operator? Why do we require operator? Operators are very important to move from one state to another state. Directly you can't move. We have seen the example of 8 puzzle problem. In case of a 8 puzzle problem, the blank tile has to be moved left direction, right direction, top or bottom. So left, right, top and bottom. What is that? These are the rules. So, or you can say operator. Unless and until you will not apply the operator, you cannot move from one state to another state. So that is step number 2. In step number 2, we are checking that you have to loop until, you have to continue this algorithm unless and until you will find the solution or no new operator left. Maybe the case that whatever the operator that you applied, but still you are not able to reach. So it is not possible. You need to try another operator like this. Now the step number 3 is that select and apply an operator to the current state. Step 2, in step 3 you need to try for next operator. Okay, then after applying the operator, in step 4 what you are going to check? You have to check a new state. If what you have done, you have applied some operator, now you are checking that whatever the new state that you got, whether it is a goal state or not. Suppose it is a goal state, then you have to return a success and quit. If it is not a goal state, or if it is better than the current state, because it is possible that next intermediate state is better as compared to the initial state. So in that case what you have to do, if it is better than the current state, then you have to assign a new state as a current state. And third possibility is that if else if not better than the current state, then again you jump back to the second state. That means after applying the operator to current state, there are three possibilities. First possibility is that maybe it is a goal state. Second possibility is that if it can be better as compared to current state, and third possibility is that it is worst, it is not better as compared to the current state. So these are the three possibility occur in step number 4. So from step number 4 you may stop or you may jump to the second, suppose you are not getting the good solution. And finally step number 5 is what? Exit. So this is how simple hill climbing algorithm works. So I hope you understand generate and test searching technique and simple hill climbing technique. So in the next video we are going to discuss about steepest ascent hill climbing algorithm or search technique, and we try to understand how it is different from simple hill climbing, because here we have started a topic hill climbing algorithm. Under this hill climbing there are two algorithms we need to study. One is a simple hill climbing and second one is a steepest ascent hill climbing. Thank you.